All right, Arthur, we are
So
here.
here I am. I'm in beautiful Huntington Park. It's beautiful because Americans are actually here, and I do see that the American flag is the highest flag flying. It's larger than the other two flags too. I'm actually quite surprised. We are making America great again. I was unjustly arrested. I was unjustly charged with 2 misdemeanors. I had shared before how I was released without having to post any bail. 2 misdemeanors. I'll be challenging those in court in September. And now, we just found out as pulling out to the library, Sergeant Settles has my phone ready.
Thank you, Sergeant Settles.
I guess. I don't know whether I can, well, all right, whether following orders or not. The city's got public, moral, and legal consequences beyond what they could have ever imagined.
So let's go get that phone, because no phone is illegal.
Yeah, no undocumented phones. No phones are illegal. They believe in gates here, but they don't get into the van.
Yep, got gates.
Spanish?
I wonder if they'll let me record in here.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hasn't I been here before?
Looks familiar.
I've seen every part of this building now.
Every part.
I've seen every part. I was a victim. I was a supposed suspect.
While Arthur's waiting, we'll take a look at the paper. Let's see here.
Yeah, so but I think it's good for your audience to know I have literally seen every part of this building.
Hello? Or do I have to go here? I'm on the phone, or what should I do? So I'm calling this dispatch, but I'm getting nothing. No? I don't see a call.
Well, if they see us, they know we're out here, so she's gonna ask us.
Yes, Sergeant Settles has a property for me. Sergeant Settles, cell phone. My cell phone. Oh. Arthur Schaper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, I have seen every aspect of this police station and the city hall. And I did it.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part, oh gosh. My favorite part is the city council chambers when now he's giving public comment. or when I'm owning these brown supremacists.
Now he makes another comeback in this discussion.
The other part is the city council chambers. Yeah, so here we are. We are law-abiding citizens, and I'm an undocumented citizen, I guess.
Persecuted
I'm
Americans.
a persecuted American. Yes.
Take a break real quick.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Here's your phone.
Yes.
Do you have copies or anything?
I have my ID. Plain and simple.
What time did you have to get back on duty this morning after last night?
I was here at 8:30.
Okay.
8:30.
Long night for you.
Very long night.
Yeah.
Very sore.
Yeah, for me too.
Oh, it was not that bad.
Hey, did you get a meal? Did they feed you?
No, they didn't feed me.
Now you get one hot meal?
No, but you know what? I'm losing weight, so it's okay.
I'm going to get a copyright here real quick.
Of course.
So what we have, this is one black Samsung Galaxy S9 book in it. It's on this day. The Officer Duran. That's the declarant. And I'm just going to have you sign here.
Okay.
This indicated
I received it. Okay. Am I allowed to have a copy of the search warrant?
There was no search.
There was no search warrant.
There was nothing of any evidentiary value as far as we were concerned from the circumstances.
Okay.
I explained to Joseph on the phone.
Yep.
I explained to him on the phone that have you thought something was improper or excessive use of force, or an officer said something vulgar or inappropriate, or you came back and said Sergeant Settles called me a derogatory name right when he's arresting me. Those are things that could have been deemed evidentiary, or at the very least, something for us to look into internally, administratively.
Oh, so this was an internal investigation on the...
No. This is
Just in general?
It was a violation that we were taken for, but your phone, getting to your phone as far as the search warrant, it was held as evidence because at some point, it's really the Detective Bureau's decision to decide if there's anything evidentiary about it.
Okay, so it's a procedure for police on the ground.
Exactly.
So is this done with every person who has a phone that's...
It's done for any case we feel may possess evidentiary. And then it's usually a pretty quick determination to decide whether we want to hold it for a search warrant for it or not. In this case,
And the decision not to was that it was the discretion of the detective to say there's nothing evidentiary in my view that I need
the
to...
detective, it was discretion of the detective.
Detective, okay, got it.
Yep.
Okay, the only thing is I gotta charge it up.
Awesome.
Let me make a
Oh, I need that. Okay.
So Arthur, how's it feel to get your baby back?
My baby back.
Your lifeline.
My God, I felt kind of embarrassed because the thing that had set me off the most is that I couldn't leave with my phone.
Right.
Because this is part of my job. Yes, I have a job. All of you welfare queens who attack me and troll me online, I have a job. I'm a journalist. Just like I'm exposing you in the next 2 hours on VesselNews.io.
Well, and the other thing too is this would have been your second phone that you lost after the
know.
whole El Monte corruption.
Stolen.
Yeah, sorry,
Stolen.
yes, stolen, and not prosecuted by the El Monte officials. Or
Yeah. By the way, that investigation is ongoing.
Oh, is it?
I received no updates from
Okay.
Corporal Fisher at this time. Who was
can you refresh people who don't know about what's going on?
April 14th, I was at an El Monte illegal alien town hall. Well, no quotes about it. It was an illegal alien town hall with all these staffers and charities teaching illegals and their enablers how to avoid capture, how to avoid the enforcement of our federal laws.
And what happened?
So I was a creepy little girl with the camera on the phone.
Oh, well, to be continued.
Yes. Okay. So, so the documents. Oh, I gotta ask this question. That photo, I'd like to have it.
Which one?
The booking
One that was
photo.
taken of me,
Oh, the booking photo?
profile.
Can he request that? Is that public
It's
information?
called a public records request.
Okay.
Do a PRA for it.
And I'd like the color version. I'll pay for it.
No, you want the digital version.
Oh, I want a digital. I want a
Yeah.
JPEG. Can I ask for a JPEG?
I've never had an actual request for it, to be honest with you.
I'm sure we're gonna have some fun with that picture.
Yes.
And make some t-shirts.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Fundraise. They work for Rick Perry. So I have to do a public records request. Can I do that online?
I
FOIA?
don't think we're up to that speed.
We'll just do it right now. We'll walk over to City Hall and do it.
Or
To Jesse Gomez?
and see if they can give you like a PRA form to fill out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You can email it to the clerk,
Okay.
and they can do it that way.
These public records, I have to go through. It's true for City Hall
Correct.
as well as for any other public record.
And you should have all your information on your citation, like the DR number and all that.
Okay.
That would be related to this case number.
And there were documents where I fingerprinted myself. I'd like copies of those. Am I allowed to have that?
I don't see why not. I mean, it's public information.
It is, unfortunately.
Just ask for.
They had you-
ask in the PRA. Just put
Okay.
in the PRA ask for it.
Public records, yeah. They had my weight at 200. I'm so honored. I even came with that.
I weigh 200.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm a fat boy.
So I like it. The police.
A quick question on a serious note, Sergeant Settles. There was an officer who told us that the council chambers were full that I felt was being dishonest about that, and that's something
Well,
I take
they were
serious.
dishonest.
Now, I will say this. Last night I did hear you say, "Hey, there's a bunch of seats here, and I'm upset by that." But we were in, just so you know, we
Okay.
were bringing in people 5 at a time. So when we said full, we were looking at the people in line.
Okay.
Going, we got 30 people here. We've got 30 seats left.
Okay.
So I let in the first 5, Arthur being one of them. If he got upstairs and sees that there's multiple seats available, we haven't finished filling them up yet.
Right.
We're holding people as we go because if we let everybody rush upstairs,
No, I understand.
it's going to overflow into the.
And I don't want to be argumentative with you.
Okay,
Hold
we're
on.
not arguing with you.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
want
just
to be.
telling you the fact. The police officer, I think his name is Molinaro. I could be wrong. He was a gentleman who helped me December 20th, so I was really surprised by this. The words he said were capacity. I can't remember his name.
That's fine.
And also, and
He
not to,
said the word capacity.
and not to be argumentative, sir, because you've been very polite and I appreciate it and everything like that. And I don't have any issues with you on this matter. But when I went up there after I got seated, because I was like in the second group, I was stopped at the first. I was not part of the first group. So then I went up there in the second group and I saw there were still a few dozen seats available, and that was not what we were being told. And then even more so throughout the evening, there were individuals who were kept down in the lobby that were not allowed to go up. For example, Harim was an individual who was called by the mayor, or I'm not sure if she's the mayor or just a regular councilwoman.
For public comment?
Yeah, and he was still down there, and yet there's still seats that were completely available up there. So, well, I don't want to get him. I don't want to get the kid on video. I don't want to get the kid on video.
A couple of things to point out.
Okay.
One is, I can tell you, 25 years being here, that's the first time I've ever seen a council meeting.
I bet.
Everything that was held last night's meeting was the first time it's ever taken place.
Okay.
It's the first time we've ever used the downstairs areas in an overflow room.
Okay.
It's the first time we've ever had to account for the possibility of an overflow so severe based on intel that we had that there was going to be more than 200 people there.
Right.
We had to make necessary efforts at the last minute to not only accommodate people that we didn't anticipate showing up, that didn't show up, because there was about 75 short of what we anticipated
Right.
showing up. But we have to ensure the safety of everybody that comes in.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, it wasn't perfect. I mean, there's a lot of things I would do differently if I had the chance to do it all over again.
Okay.
One is create an established area for people to line up at.
Right.
First come, first served basis.
Exactly.
We
That's a
didn't
good
have
point.
that.
Right.
So we had a lot of clustering. We had a lot of people forcing their way into line, cutting in line. And without trying to be too over aggressive over positions in line, we really just try to deal with it on a case by case basis.
Fair enough. I'm okay. You have anything else you gotta say?
Yeah, so not maligning the sergeant, he wasn't even there. So the officer said capacity was reached. Those were
He
the
did.
words.
He did.
And I will be filing a complaint with the DA's office.
All right.
Because, and I don't know what, again, I'm not holding you accountable, it's just telling you what
That was
happened.
part of it. I think everybody's considered responsible for it. We all try.
Definitely the city council.
We definitely do. We definitely try to do what we can to appease everybody. And unfortunately, there's one thing I've learned in law enforcement is that you can't make everybody happy, but you can sure piss a lot of people off, unfortunately. And we try not to do that. We try and minimize that. Like last night, like I said, it was a one-time deal. We've never had to do it before, and it wasn't perfect. We had very limited communication between the upstairs and the downstairs. So it does get a little bit, it's like the old telephone game. I tell you there's 10 chairs available, you tell Joseph there's 5 chairs available, and he tells somebody there's 3 chairs available. So there's a lot of levels of miscommunication that can easily take place there.
Right.
So I wouldn't, because I was in charge of the event overall as the sergeant at arms, and I was in charge of security and crowd control, I would take full responsibility for anything that occurred that you weren't happy. But just understand that I do it because I want to ensure your safety. Everybody that came to the
Yes.
that's our main.
Okay.
So it didn't work out perfectly, but I hope the next meeting that we have, everything will be a lot more organized.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Awesome.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.